Yo, 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 it's your boy, Big Mike Raider. And we're here for day 23 of the 30 days, 30 prospects, where today we're covering Zak Zinter at a University of Michigan. Guys, you don't want to miss it. Full film breakdown today. Let's get into it.
Have they ever seen another like me living giant type step in your house above my head on your ceiling? Climbed out of the bottomless pit to let the truth slip and slide off my tongue and swine dive off my lips. No longer holding on, I'm tired of applying the grip. Forget the fancy shiny rappers, I'm supplying the gifts. I feel it's only right to tell you that I'm going in.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Mike Raider, writer and contributor for Planet Raiders. Guys, you know the drill at this point. Go check out planetraiders.com for the latest installment of the 30 days, 30 prospects, day 23, as well as the ones before this. We are on a roll right now. We are at day 23. We got a week left until the 2024 NFL draft. All the answers, all the smoke, everything that's been going on surrounding the Raiders will be answered next Thursday. But in the meantime, let's check out day 23, where today we're covering Zak Zinter out of the University of Michigan. Highly decorated type of guard. He won he was a first team All-American in 2023. He was a two-time Big Ten, all Big Ten first team as guard. So highly decorated guy. And what he brings to the table as far as playing goes, he's a great puller. Great hand placement once he gets his hands on you. He has great technique. His technique is stellar. He's one of those guys in pass protection. It can be cleaned up just a little bit, but when he is on a roll, he's moving people over. He's finding work and knocking people over, and you'll see it on the film breakdown. But guys, I want to get more into detail about our the strengths and weaknesses of Zak Zinter right here, according to PFF, and we'll get into his PFF grades as well. Draft placement, we'll talk about that as well as soon as we finish with the PFF grades, and then we'll do a film breakdown. You guys know the drill at this point. I get into the trenches. I love talking about the trenches, and we're gonna absolutely get into it. But first things first, guys, let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. Shout out to PFF.com. Zak Zinter, in a nutshell, his analysis. Pros: good combo block play and power run blocking concepts. So combo block. He collaborates with either the tackle or the center. Most of the time, it's the center getting that one technique, or sometimes even the three technique, kind of collaborating with that center and double team blocking. And one of them moves up once your center or tackle establishes foot placement, you move up to the second level. And this guy does it effortlessly. He's one of those guys that does it with ease. He doesn't have any problem with moving up to that second level and knocking out defenders and pancaking anybody in his way, basically. So next thing, leg drive, doesn't quit once he latches on. He is highly disciplined. He's a highly disciplined player. He moves up to the next level consistently, and once he gets his hands on you, he stays engaged with the blocking and doesn't let go until the whistle's blown, basically. So powerful player who can displace when he hits. He's very powerful player. Strong hands, 6'6", 300. I've seen 309 pounds. According to PFF, he's 322. So it depends on, I guess, the day, what kind of meal he had. He's between 309, 322, but prototypical guard size. Just offensive lineman size, prototypical offensive lineman size from Zinter as well. So next thing is size is his best attribute in pass protection. Also shows good patience, and you'll see it just taking on stunts and reading a stunt and having that good communication with his guys next to him, to his left and his right. He does really well with that. That's one thing I noticed with him. Some of his cons: nimble footwork for a player of his size. So kind of light on his feet. You don't really want somebody too light on his feet. Could be easily be knocked over, especially at the next level. You want somebody who has a strong base, specifically when it's to pass. In pass protection, you want that anchor up front. And his footwork kind of tells that he's a little bit light on his feet and can get knocked over just a little bit. But light in the pants, most of his weight and power comes from above his waist. So heavy up top, light feet, light legs, which is not ideal for somebody at the guard position. Even at 6'6", that's kind of tall too for a guard. But that's one thing he needs to work on. Stiff at the hip, a little hunched over in his posture. So, and that's also a problem being 6'6". The pad level might be a little too high. So some flexibility, some training with that conditioning can get him right. And I think he can fix that up. But below average athlete for the guard position. Yeah, he ran a 5.3 in the 40. As a guard, you want more nimble. And when I say by nimble, just quicker, but can stump around and wreck shop when he has to. But at the same time, you got to get there to that next level and move relatively quickly for a guard. You got to be the fastest guy on the field as far as offensive lineman goes at the guard position, especially in the interior run game. Taller height gives him more length, but also makes it tougher for him to get low for leverage, especially with hip stiffness. So we just talked about it. 6'6", high pad level, needs to be fixed. And that takes some flexibility, strengthening the legs. A good conditioning program will get him in the right place. So that's his pros and cons. Let's talk a little bit about his PFF stats. 2022, 75.7 PFF grade in 14 games, 918 offensive snaps, more heavily into the run blocking, 507 run block snaps, 411 pass block snaps, gave up 2 sacks in 2022, 1 hit and 6 hurries. In 2023, cleaned it up a little bit, 76.6 PFF grade, and 649 offensive snaps in 12 games played. And gave up no sacks and 5 hurries. Excellent season that year. He was pretty much a brick wall. He wasn't letting anything get past him, get anything like through him basically. So run block grade 75.8, pass block grade 73.8, zone grade 72.9, gap grade 72.2, but room for improvement for sure. So that is Zak Zinter, his stats. So let's talk about his draft placement. Highly decorated guy, a guy who knows how to win, high accolades. Even when he was a finalist for academic Heisman. So football IQ and just IQ in general is up there. So let's talk about draft placement. ESPN has him as high as number 62. DraftWire at 68. NFL.com 69. NBC Sports has him at 76. Walter Football has him at 77, where the Raiders pick in the 3rd round, 77th overall. PFN has him at 99. Yahoo Sports at 99 as well. Well, I'm sorry, PFN has him at 95. Draft Buzz 105, MDDB 111, and PFF at 163. So this chart ranges. It's a big range. It's not a for sure clump in. There's people who are kind of too really high on him based on what he's done in college, and then people that are really cold on him based on his injury he dealt with Ohio State the last final game of the regular season, where he messed up his fibula and tibia. So a lot of people are cold on him because of that. But me personally, if you had to ask me, I think that he's a 3rd round grade. I think he's a 3rd or 4th round grade. And as far as the Raiders are concerned, you got to play the field. You got to knock on doors, these other teams, and see what they think about him, where he goes on the board. But from my experience, these interior offensive linemen end up going higher than expected. So 3rd round is a pretty solid spot for him at number 77 overall. I know a lot of people might say, oh, that's a reach, but I think that the need for guard in this league, especially these days, you've seen the market for guards in general. It's really high. It's at one of the all-time highs right now as far as as guards go, and the demand is high for these guards. So I could see him and his what he brings to the table, his resume, him going a little bit higher than expected. So 77 overall is a possibility. Might be a reach, but that's why you do your due diligence. But there's also the possibility of moving back into the third round after your initial pick at 77 and picking him in the later third and, kind of engineering a trade and trying to figure out, what you need to give up to do so. Or you can also take that 77 and trade back and get more assets in the process and land that Zak Zinter maybe in the late third round. Or you don't have to do any of that and just kind of wait to that number 112 overall to pick him up in the fourth round. But guys, let me know what you think about it. What kind of scenario do you think it would take to get a Zak Zinter? Do you guys see him in the third round? Do you see him in the fourth? Are you hot or cold on him based on his injury history? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. But without further ado, guys, let's jump in to the film breakdown. You guys know how I like to do it. We get big. We talk big on the trenches in general. So this play is already kind of in progress right here. So what you would see is you're going to see number 65 from Michigan. That is Zak Zinter. We're looking at 65, guys. He's already pulling to the right. You'll see it as it progresses. You get more clear look at what he's doing. But it's a power right, or more of like, you could say it's a power right. And JJ McCarthy is going to hand it off to number 7. And the lead blocker right here is going to be 65. And just look what he does and absolutely takes over this play right here. So there you go. He's down the field right there. He sees the defender. And just look at his hand placement. Look at how he sets himself up. Good angle. You take on a defender to set yourself up for a perfect block. And he's the key blocker right here. You got yourself a natural lane right here. And that's because he set himself up to be in a good position to make that block. So let's check it out. Let's let it ride. Boom. He's got engagement on the defender. And we were talking about hip stiffness, pad level and things like that. He's leaning a little bit too forward, but he put himself in a good position to make this block. You would like to see him just get a little bit lower and make that block because he's kind of hunched over just a little bit. But look at what he does to him. He sends this guy to the sideline for a cup of coffee, and there you go. Takes him to the sideline, and just excellent agility, excellent locating your guy and making the block and taking him out of the play right here for a huge gain right there. So excellent play from number 65, Zak Zinter. Let's check it out right here. So now we're facing towards them. So from the defense's perspective, he's on the left-hand side. He's the right guard, but he's on your left-hand side looking, if you're looking directly at it. And he's our right guard, 65 right here. So ball is snapped. And look at him. This guy, you can already tell this guy's going to leave. His feet is already left the ground right now. He's taking flight. And not even just that. As soon as he knocks his guy off his feet, he just pancakes somebody from the standing position. Look at him look for more work after that. He looks for more work and he finds it. This guy is pulling a double back-to-back shifts, going for double work, takes 44 out, and then takes number 51 out, and you got yourself an excellent play right there. Excellent play from number 65, putting somebody on their back and then looking for more work and then putting that person on his back as well. So excellent play right there. So here we're looking at the backside right now. We're looking at number 65, Zak Zinter on the right-hand side. Right now he's already engaged with the defender. And let's just see what he does right here. Let's check it out. All right. So just staying with this guy. He's pretty much stalemated with this guy. But this is exactly what they were talking about. Kind of hunched over in pass protection. You want to get those hips a little bit lower and stick that chest out and keep a good base. He's kind of hunched over a little bit. A speedy pass defender, a pass rusher would see that and olay you real quick. But in this case, he holds his own and takes advantage and wins this rep. But you want to see him, and there you go. He's still kind of on that guy. And he recovers pretty well. It's not the ideal base you want to see from your guard, but he recovers. I would like to see him not hunch over so much, but at 6'6" at guard, that's got to be a tough situation, especially because of these D tackles, specifically in a 3 technique. They're a lot shorter than in years past. So he's going to really have to work on getting a lower pad level and fix that hunch in his upper back and reaching on blocks and stuff, because he can get absolutely exposed in that kind of situation. But other than that, guys, good rep. Way to stalemate this guy, and we'll check the next one out. So now you got 65. He's going to find his way to the second level, and just the, moving to the second level, engaging on the defender and staying with it shows great effort from his part. And let's let it right out and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So second level, locates the linebacker right there, and he's in good position to make that block. He's already, you see the big lane between 65 and 55, huge lane for Corum to pretty much, skip to my Lou right down the street. And there you go. Sticks with him, and then he gets himself a pancake right there. Nice little pancake, IHOP action, flapjack action, good old short stack action. We got 65 putting his defender on his back. Excellent play from number 65. So let's check the next one out. So now we got we're on the backside again. 65 is on a right-hand side, the right guard. He played mostly at the right guard position at the University of Michigan. So that's exactly what the Raiders need, a right guard. And he does a good job right here stalemating this guy and keeping that communication with his tackle and guard as well. So let's check it out. There you go, kind of double teaming, collaborating with 52. And then you can see that they do like a late impromptu, the best way I can describe it, a stunt of some sort, because there is a big, the pocket is clean, but there is a hole right in the middle. And I see that D tackle notices that and tries to do like a last minute stunt action. But Zinter does the right thing and stays patient and takes the guy on this inner shade of him right now at this point. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Disengages with the other guy and takes that other guy on. So great communication on that right side, shows good IQ, and it also shows good communication. He has that ability to communicate well with the guys next to him. So next play right here, right guard, once again, he's on the right-hand side. Let's check it out right here. Pull action. He gets upfield quickly, guys. He's a great puller, physical in the run game. And that's exactly what the Raiders need, because, our mentality, what we're trying to bring to the table, what our culture is right now is punch you in the mouth. And that's exactly what Zak Zinter is. He wants to punch you in the mouth. He's a real life Wreck-It Ralph. When he gets his hands on you, he's gonna destroy your sternum. So here you go. He's gonna get right into the chest with good hand placement, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. He's already pulled to the left, guys, and this is more of like a guard counter action right here. The guard is the lead blocker, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about right here. Boom. Stays engaged. Now, he doesn't have to make a big hit every time, but he makes it last. He does a good job with taking 22 out of the play just in time, and the other guy has to make the play, and 22's out of the play right there. So nice, solid hit. Doesn't necessarily have to be the wowing type of hit every time, but he puts himself in good positions every time to make a good block every time. So he's on the right-hand side right now, Zinter 65. He has a tackle on his outside shade right there in the B gap right now, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's on the left-hand side, and just another stalemate right here. Oh, matter of fact, I'm sorry. That was a different play. Let's rewind that just a little bit. So let me give it the good old Big Mike blessing, man, so I can do this properly. So the play is it's a pass play, but look at Zinter once again. Look for work. He's looking for work. There's nobody in front of him. He's looking around, doesn't find the work that he needs. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to impose my will and find work myself then. So he takes out number 93 and puts him on his back, no problem. There you go. And then the blitz late from number 9, the linebacker comes in late, and then he has the wherewithal, the awareness, and the athleticism to make a quick play. Now, I will say this, guys, he has that hunch in his stance right there. He's kind of on his tippy toes a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that he's kind of on his tippy toes and kind of hunched over again. That is something he absolutely needs to work on. But he puts himself in the right position to not only put number 93 on his back, but recovers well and takes that block on the late blitz from number 9 right there. So excellent right there. Takes him out of the play. There's nothing he can do. So this is a stalemate I was telling you about on number 92. He's on the outside shade of him right here. And here we go. Let's let this ride out right here. Right there. Stalemate. Just being physical, Wreck-It Ralph type of guy, heavy mitts. And it's hard to deal with, right, when there's somebody as physical as Zak Zinter right in your face. So he's out of the play at this point. He can't make a play. And right there, more stalemate right there. So excellent play right there. So looking at 65 right here, guys. We're looking at 65 on the right-hand side. Right there. Good old communication with his guard and with his tackle and center. And, yeah, just showing the communication. That's exactly what we're looking for. So here we go. And here is a good reaction. Here is a good awareness type of play. You're going to notice that 33 is going to blitz real quickly into that A gap. He's going to do like sort of a run blitz. He's going to recognize what he's seeing. Number 33, the linebacker. And Zinter puts himself in a good position to stop any of that from happening. So let's check this out right here. Quick blitz from 33, and he takes him out of the play, pancakes him. Instant pancake action. Bring the Aunt Jemima syrup because it's a wrap. No, it's not a wrap. It's a pancake. Pancake block from 65, and there you go. That's what you get from Zak Zinter in a nutshell, guys. What do you think about Zak Zinter? Physical type of run blocker, pass blocker. Needs a little bit of help, but he is adequate enough to compete in a starting spot to take that on the right-hand side for the Raiders and compete with guys like a Jordan Meredith and the new guy we acquired from Chicago and kind of compete for that spot. Even maybe if Thayer Munford, if they move him to guard and we don't locate our tackle. It's going to be good competition, and I think Zak Zinter, I think if he's added to the Raiders, would be a good addition and sharpen iron with other guys and putting feet to fire and going against guys like Christian Wilkins would definitely do him a bit of good down the line. But let me know what you guys think about it. But that is day 23 of the 30 days, 30 prospects. And, guys, we're wrapping this thing up. We got about a week left. And, shoot, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Have they ever seen another like me living giant type step in your house and bump my head on your ceiling? Climbed out of the bottomless pit to let the truth slip and slide off my tongue and swine dive off my lips. No longer holding on, I'm tired of applying the grip. Forget the fancy shiny rappers, I'm supplying the gifts. I feel it.